Hi, I'm Kiana Miner, producer of the Crazy Courage webinar, and I teach people how to break through their comfort zones and live life more courageously. I have a question for you. Are you living your VIP life, or are you living your Plan B life? Now I know you may be thinking, what in the world is a VIP life? And it's actually an acronym that I made up, and I'll tell you a little later on what it stands for. But for now, just know that the VIP life, the essence of the VIP life, is that you feel fully alive. You feel like you're living the life that you were meant to live. You feel like you're doing what you were born to do. That's the VIP life. Now, the Plan B life, on the other hand, is you're living the life that feels comfortable. You don't have to stretch a whole lot. You don't have to take a whole lot of chances. You know deep down inside that this is not the life you were supposed to live, but the bills get paid on time every month. You know exactly what's going to happen in the future, in the next day or the next week or the next month. Now, the reality is you don't know what's going to happen, but the Plan B life makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel like you're in control. If you're already living a VIP life, then this information will help you stay at a VIP life. If you are living a Plan B life and you feel like deep down inside there's something more, you know that this is not the life you were meant to be living and you want to step into your truth and step into your purpose, then come with me and let's chat.
Here's exactly what we're going to talk about today. You have your question, are you living your Plan B or are you living your VIP life? And let me just say, I realized that this rhymes, but I thought it was a pretty catchy way to illustrate this point. And also, I've been reading a lot of Dr. Seuss with my little ones, so don't let the rhyming fool you. This information is very serious, and I really think it's life-changing information. It changed my life. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to share with you, what is the VIP life? What exactly is it? How does it feel? How do you know if you're living it? Let's really dive into the definition of what it means to live a VIP life. And if this VIP life is so great, why do we choose Plan B? Why do we choose to settle or choose to live a life less than what we were put here to live? It's really important for me to tell you my story because I lived the Plan B life. I settled. I lived a life less than what my purpose was. I lived a very unfulfilling life. And I really moved into and got myself to a place where I was living life on purpose. Now I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I love what I do, I love teaching people, so I want to show you how I got there, how I got to living this life that I feel like is exactly what I was put here to live. Next, I want us to tackle the question of how to know whether you're living Plan B or VIP. It's really important to me that you come away knowing where you are in life. Are you in Plan B or are you in VIP? And there's so many times we've asked the question, am I living my life's purpose? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I doing what I was put here to do? And we don't have to wait for a tragedy to ask these questions. So many times when a relative or a friend or someone close to us dies, we start asking these questions. If I died tomorrow, did I do what I came here to do? And I want to show you ways we can start to ask those questions today. And as we ask those questions, we can let it change our lives and let it pull us into our life's purpose. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, what is the VIP life? VIP is an acronym that I created, and it means vortex of infinite potential. We are so much bigger and more powerful than we even know. The vortex of infinite potential is our capacity for greatness. It never changes. It is omnipotent. It is omniscient. It is all-powerful. It is the energetic presence of the universe and beyond. Dale Carnegie was born into poverty, and he grew up to be an amazing author and a speaker. He wrote the legendary book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And his quote is, "We all have possibilities we don't know about. We can do things we can't even dream we can do." Right now, I want you to just stop and ask yourself, what are the dreams for your life? How will you serve your inner genius, your family, and the world? If you have a pen and paper handy, you may want to jot this down. If you need to pause this, feel free to pause this and go grab a pen and paper. But just jot down in one sentence, what is the dream that you have for your life? Close your eyes for just a second and imagine that dream coming true. Imagine really stepping into your purpose and that your dream for your life is starting to unfold. Open your eyes. Now, I want you to realize the potential inside of you is bigger than even your highest dream for your life. What you just imagined is just a small percentage of what you're capable of achieving. If we have so much of this potential, what holds us back? What stops us from becoming all that we were meant to be? The answer to that is something I call the most powerful addiction in the modern world. This is what stops us from opening up our hearts and stepping into our authentic and powerful selves. I believe this one word is responsible for the death of so many dreams that never come true. And here it is: comfort. This two-syllable, simple word has destroyed more lives than I think any other addiction. Comfort will keep you in a bad job that you don't like. It will keep you in a bad relationship. It will keep you in a life that you're not even enjoying, that's not bringing you happiness. But you'll stay in that situation because you'd rather face the pain of what you know rather than open yourself up to the pain that you don't know. And I think that's what requires courage. It requires courage to say, you know what, I'm not happy here. And even if I don't know what it's going to look like, even if I don't know exactly where I'm going, I'm willing to take the steps. I'm willing to trust myself to figure it out. I'm willing to trust that I can step into a life that honors me, that honors who I am, and honors the gift I was meant to bring to the world. Comfort is familiarity. It's habit. It's the feeling of being in control. Comfort keeps us from letting go. Do you know what we give up to be comfortable? There's so much beauty in life, so much adventure, so much excitement and love. But it can't find you if you're sitting on your couch watching endless reruns of your favorite TV show. It can't find you if you're hiding from life. We say we want our highest and best life, but so many of us are afraid of the unexpected that we settle for a life that we can control. Before I tell you the 5 ways to absolutely know for sure, without a doubt, whether you're living your VIP life or living your Plan B life, I want to tell you my story.
So I want to tell you a little bit more about my story. I want you to know that the information that I'm sharing with you, this isn't information that I got out of some book or got from some guru. This is information that I've actually learned from my own experiences. And I've also done research. I've talked to self-made millionaires, artists, and leaders from all over the world. And I've asked them, what is your secret to living more courageously? So the information that I'm sharing with you today is a personal testimony. It's information that I've developed from my personal research and my personal story. So my story begins in my early 20s, and you know, at that time I was living a paper perfect life. And I know you know what I mean. On paper, everything sounded great. I was in my early 20s. I had a job at one of the top corporations in the world. It's a Fortune 50 company. I worked with great people. I had great pay and benefits. I had a 401k plan. I was in a long-term relationship. I bought a house before I was 25, and I bought my second house before I was 30. So, you know, I was just living the life. I even wore a suit to work every day. So you just couldn't tell me nothing. I knew that, you know, I was on my way and I was doing big things. The only problem is deep down inside, I knew that I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I knew that I'd settled. And mostly I settled for the money. I wanted to be comfortable and I wanted to make people around me proud of me. So I settled for a life that it didn't make me feel alive. When I was younger, I've always been an avid reader. And so when I was younger, I would read works by Walt Whitman and Toni Morrison. And I just knew that one day I would have this awe-inspiring, poetic, and deeply just moving and satisfying life. And I didn't have that. You know, I had a steady job and a steady paycheck, and I lived in the suburbs in a cul-de-sac, and you know, deep down inside, I was yearning for something more. And, you know, I don't know if you've ever felt that way before in your own life, or if you know what I mean, but I definitely felt like there was more out in the world for me. So one day, a friend of mine called and said that her and her boyfriend were going to Ghana, and she invited me to go along with her. Now, when she called me, I was like, girl, I don't got time for this. I don't have the money, I don't have time. And so I hung up the phone, and something inside of me just started vibrating, and my whole body just came alive. Every cell in my being was saying, yes, yes, you want to go to Ghana, you want to go to West Africa, you want to get out of here. And so I called her back and I said yes. I figured out how to get that $2,000 for the plane ticket. It's so funny, when we want something, not having enough money, not having enough time, those are our two biggest excuses for not living our best life and not taking the steps we know we need to take to get there. And so when we really want something, we can put those excuses aside and we will figure out a way. So I figured out a way to get that $2,000 for the plane ticket, and I figured out a way to get the time. I took off 2.5 weeks from work, and you know, my bosses gave me the side eye. But I didn't care, because I was like, you know what, I'm leaving this country. And so I did go to Ghana, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. The food was good. The people were just so warm and amazing. The environment was different. I was totally outside of my comfort zone, and I loved it. I felt alive in every single moment that I was there, meeting new people and learning this new language and experiencing new food. Now, they do speak English in the city of Accra, which is where we spent most of our time, but we traveled up the coast of Ghana, and so I was introduced to new languages and all these new customs. And there were moments that were scary. Actually, in a recent interview that I did, I talk about going to Ghana, and you know, we're traveling up the coast of Ghana, and we end up having to stay with this family in the middle of nowhere, because the resort we were going to stay in was totally booked. And so we end up having to stay with this family kind of in the middle of nowhere, and we're scared and we're afraid, and you know, I'm so nervous because this is such an experience far outside of my comfort zone. I'm so nervous that I'm just looking down the whole time and just worried and concerned and thinking, oh my God, are we going to be okay? And I sit down, and a woman who had prepared food for me, you know, she hands me my plate and she smiles, and I take it from her. I say thank you, and I smile. And I sit there with my plate, and I just happen to look up. And I'm a city girl. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and I spent 11 or 12 years in Atlanta. And so I'm used to a lot of pollution. So I look up, and the sky is just so magnificent. It's the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. We were so far from the city that it was just a clear, beautiful night. And all these stars, I had forgotten that the sky even looked like this. It was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And I thought, you see, you're so busy looking down. You were so busy being afraid and being worried that you almost missed this. And I really feel like that is how life is. We're so busy every day. You know, we got to get the kids ready. We got to take care of our spouses. We have to take care of our communities and our families, and we have jobs, and we're just so busy that rarely do we take the time to just look up and realize that there is a whole world of possibilities out there. There's so much potential in this universe, and there is so much potential in each and every one of us. Our lives could be these magnificent skies full of stars, full of moments that light us up, moments that make us feel alive. But we get so caught up in the busyness that we miss it. So in the next few minutes, I want to share with you what I've learned in life about living more courageously. And it's all about how to live the VIP life. I think it's sad to live your Plan B life. So many people have said, and right now Will Smith's quote stands out in my mind, that, I'm paraphrasing, why do you need a Plan B? Give everything. Be in the now with your plan A. And give everything you can to making the life that you really want to live, to creating it. Give all your energy to creating plan A and cast plan B aside. Don't even think of a plan B. Don't even let it enter your mind. And I know, that may sound a little challenging or a little difficult because, living more courageously, a lot of people think it means not having fear, but let me tell you, there is more fear. There are more fears that come up when you decide to take life into your own hands, when you decide that you are going to live the life you were put here to live. More fears come up, and we really need skills that aren't taught in school. We really need the skills to learn how to navigate those fears and learn how to act and live in a way that doesn't honor our fears but honors the true essence of who we are. So I've babbled on enough about who I am and about my own journey. So now I want to take you inside and I want to show you some real strategies that you can put to use in your life right now to live that VIP life. So let's dive in and get started.
So that's my story. I feel so blessed today with the life I get to live. In 2009, I quit my corporate job and became an entrepreneur. I made over $100,000 my first year working for myself. I love my family. I'm in a great relationship that really fulfills my soul. I love what I do. And I just live in a space of gratitude because I remember what it was like to feel stuck and uninspired and like something was missing in my life. If you're there or you think you're there, then this next slide is going to help you out a lot. I want to talk to you now about how do you know whether you're living your best life or whether you're settling. How do you know whether you're living a Plan B life or a VIP life? Recently, for the Crazy Courage webinar, I interviewed Cute Blackson. And he says that in order to change our lives, the first thing we have to do is be honest with where we're at. And we have to tell ourselves the truth. So if you're unsure about whether you're in the VIP life right now or the Plan B life, let's take a look at the differences. The Plan B life, the number one thing you need to know is that this type of lifestyle caters to fear. We choose it because we're afraid, and then we pretty much allow fear to take over our lives. I can't do that because I'm afraid, what if people don't like it? I can't do that because I'm afraid to fail. I can't do that because what will my parents think? What will my family think? I can't do that because I'm afraid to succeed. I can't do that because I'm afraid I'm not enough. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. And that fear of not being good enough is at the base of the Plan B life. When you're living the VIP life, you don't have as much fear, or at least your fear isn't necessarily rooted in self-doubt and worry. You're more excited. And even though you'll still have fear and you'll still have moments where you question yourself, your excitement has started to take over your life. And so you live in inspiration. You live in the excitement of the possibilities of what you can achieve, what you can accomplish, and the change that you get to create in the world. Another part of the Plan B life is apathy. Now, this is really important because so many of us will say, oh yeah, I'm happy. But the truth is we're just kind of moving through life. No real excitement, no real aliveness. And this is why I think a lot of times we will get addicted to certain foods. We eat a lot of sugar because we're looking for that sweetness. We're looking for that joy and we're just not feeling it. So in the VIP life, we have energy. We have so much energy. Now, I believe energy comes from the foods we eat, the thoughts we think, and getting plenty of exercise. But I also think we get a huge amount of energy from just the way in which we live our lives. When you're in the VIP life, you are living your dreams. You're living the life you always imagined you would be. And many times it's better than what we've imagined. And this energizes you. And the more energy, the more of you, the more authenticity you bring to the VIP life, the more you get. So the more energy you bring to life, the more you get. So that is something key to remember in the VIP life. If you're feeling tired all the time, if you're feeling weary, then you need to consider whether you're in this plan B life or whether you're in the VIP life, because the VIP life will fuel you to move forward. Control. This is one of the top things that people are seeking when they choose the plan B life. They want to be in control of every detail of their life. And I was like this. When I was in corporate America, I wanted to be in control. I wanted to control everything. I wanted to know what was going to happen from one moment to the next. I didn't want any surprises. I wanted to feel like my life was in my hands. But the truth of the matter is it wasn't. I worked for a corporation and I wasn't doing the work that I felt like I was put here to do, so my life wasn't in my hands. But you know, it's funny because when we seek comfort, we get the illusion that we're in control and we're really not. So that's a key component of the plan B life. VIP life is about surrender. It's about saying, kind of what I said in my when I told you my story about myself. It's about saying I surrender. I surrender to my highest, greatest good. I surrender to the best of my potentiality. I surrender to the best of who I could be. So you're not trying to control every detail. You're still working and you're still giving your best to life, but you're just doing the best you can and you surrender the rest. You're not so concerned about how things look or how each detail is working out. You let God or the universe handle the details and you just do the best that you can in every moment. If you are feeling stuck, then you know you're in the plan B life. You're feeling like, not to sound like an animal or anything, but that is what it feels like, you know? You just feel stuck. You feel like you can't move. You feel like you want something, but you can't go get it. You feel like you're in a cage and you just can't move. That's totally indicative of the plan B life. The VIP life, you feel flexible. You feel like you flow with life. You feel like you are moving. You feel like life is changing and you're okay with the changes. Whereas when you're in the plan B life, you're afraid of change. But in the VIP life, you're like, bring it on. I got this. I trust myself to figure it out in the moment. I got this. The plan B life, you are complaining. You are always complaining. Everything is always going wrong. If you meet someone and they're a successful entrepreneur and they're making millions of money, millions of dollars, instead of saying, you know what, way to go, you are a self-made millionaire, way to go, I really appreciate what you're bringing to the world, you say, what you need all that money for? Don't nobody need that much money. That's why there are kids starving in Africa, because you got all that money. Like, what? I know a lot of socially conscious millionaires, and they give back to their community so much more than what they gave before they became millionaires. They give so much to the world that I find that those comments funny. But that's the mindset of someone in a plan B lifestyle. Everything is wrong with the world. Everything is wrong. And there's just no hope. There's no hope for a better life. Because they feel stuck. The VIP life, you live in gratitude. You're not constantly complaining. You do look at the world and you see things that you want to improve. You see ways that you want to make it better, but you're not constantly complaining. You believe that the world can change. You believe that the world can get better. You believe in people. And you know why you believe in people? You believe in them because you have changed. You have changed your own life. So you believe everyone has the potential to change their life. When you go from a plan B life to a VIP life, you remember what it felt like when you were afraid, when you were apathetic, when you wanted to control everything, when you felt stuck, when you were always complaining. You remember what it was like, and you remember that you broke through. So you feel it in your physiology, you know it in your psychology, you know that you can break through. You know that everyone else can break through because you did it. You did it, and all you want to do is show everyone else, look, this is how you do it. You want to share your story with the world, and you just live in a place of gratitude because you see beauty all around you. People are constantly telling you, hey, your story, your message, you know what? It changed my life. And so you know that change is possible, and you know that a better and more beautiful world is possible because you live there. And all you're trying to do is bring other people into the world with you. Confusion. Plan B life, you're constantly confused. Am I living my Plan B life, or am I in the VIP life? Am I going for my dreams? I don't know what to do. Should I do this business, or should I do that business? Should I launch this website, or should I go back to school? I don't know what to do. We've all lived there at some point in our life. We've all said those things at some point in our life. And I think that's a clear sign that you're still in Plan B. Because when you're in the VIP life, you feel confident because your confidence is not fake. It's not something that you put on so that other people will think that you're cool. Confidence is who you are. You've tapped into that inner intuition that we talked about earlier. You've tapped into the essence of who you are. And so you know without a doubt, even if things don't look perfect, you know without a doubt that you are where you belong, that you are standing right where you belong, that you are making a difference in the world, and that you are doing what you were called to do. So this is life. And so this is the center. You want to be aligned with your higher purpose. You want to be aligned with your color purple. You want to be aligned with your VIP life. And this represents that alignment. And so many times we're living on the outskirts of our life. Sometimes we're a little outside of it, and sometimes we just get further and further and further away from the life that we're supposed to be living. We get further away from our life's purpose. And this is what this slide illustrates. You want to be right in that purple spot. That's the sweet spot of life. That's the spot where you are giving your gifts. And let me tell you that nothing makes you feel more fulfilled than giving your gifts. So where are you? This is the question. Where are you? Are you in the VIP life? Or are you somewhere on the outskirts? Are you somewhere else? Living a life less than what you deserve. Settling for a Plan B life. There are different extremes of this. You may be just right outside of your VIP life, or you may be a little further away. But either way, it doesn't matter, because at any moment you can step into the now, and you can start living. You can start living in the vortex of infinite potential. So I really want you to start to just think about this. Where are you in your life, and where do you want to be? I hope that you will say that you want to be in the center, that you want to be grounded in your life's purpose, that you want to be all that you were put here to be. I really hope that you're ready to step into your VIP life, and I hope that this presentation and this training has convinced you that this is the place to be. The truth is, it takes crazy courage to leave your comfort zone and become who you were meant to be. It takes courage to be authentic and real, and to show the best of who you are and what you have to give. I have created an awesome process to take you from comfort to authenticity in 7 days. Now, it's not 7 days to perfection, so it's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be 7 days to get you to start listening to your intuition and realize just how much potential for greatness lives within you. Realize just how fully charged your life could be. In the next video, I'll also give you that worksheet that I've been talking about. And if you want to be the first to receive this, to know when that video comes out, just put your email address below. If you're ready to bust through your limitations, stop playing it small, and live more courageously, you definitely want to see this next video. It will be free. Right now, I'm just creating this content. This is my gift to the world. For now, I do have homework for you. So I want you to answer this question for me in the comments below. What do you want to know about the VIP life or living more courageously? You've seen this this presentation. You've heard the information that I had to share with you. Congratulations for being so committed to living your best life that you made it to the end of the presentation. Now I want to hear from you. So, what are your questions? What do you want to know? What do you want to know about living more courageously? I look forward to reading all of your comments, and I thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.